Hey everybody, what's going on? This is Matt, and today I wanted to actually recommend an audiobook to you all, which actually it's a lecture series, and it's The Story of Human Language by John McWhorter. John McWhorter is a professor, a linguist, that basically goes into the story of how language has developed into kind of the modern day. And he actually talks about a ton of different concepts from a linguistics perspective and just languages in general. And I think it's a very fascinating book. It's very interesting, and I think that a lot of you can get a lot of value out of this book. Now, it is a little bit different than language learning per se, right? In terms of how do you learn more words quickly, how do you get better at speaking, how do you get better at listening. It really doesn't talk about those things, but like I said, it's kind of covering more of languages from a linguistics perspective, how languages have developed, talking about grammar, how words change, things like that. And I think that at first glance, it might seem like, oh, hey, well, this isn't very useful to me. This isn't very helpful to me in my language learning, but I think it actually can be very helpful in terms of giving you a lot of appreciation and perspective on the languages that you are learning itself. So it covers a lot of the kind of main core ideas in linguistics. For example, how words change over time, different word orders like SVO word order. And I think that, especially if you're not a big linguist or really into these things, he does a really good job at explaining a lot of these concepts in a very clear and easy way for just about anyone to understand. And it's a very fascinating and interesting book. And I think that from a language learning perspective, you can get a lot out of it because it's just, you get this really strong appreciation for grammar. I think that at times it's very easy to get intimidated and overwhelmed by grammar and just to feel like it's so confusing. You don't know why it's the way it is. You're never going to understand it. But when you kind of get some sort of foundation and understanding for why grammar is the way it is, or why the language that you're learning is the way that it is, from a sounds perspective, from a grammatical perspective, I think it gives you a lot of appreciation. And that understanding and appreciation, I think, will give you some more confidence that you can indeed learn that grammar. You're going to learn that language. And I think it just is a very fascinating and interesting topic that you can get a lot of value out of. And I think that with this lecture series, for the average person, you probably will get to know all the linguistics that you'll probably ever need to know. So I think that the book is really great. Like I said, it's an audiobook, but it's really more of a lecture series where he is lecturing about various topic matters regarding language and linguistics and the story of human language. And it's just kind of broken into these multiple lecture sections. So it's very approachable. You can divide it up into like 30-minute, hour segments and get a lot of value out of this book. So that's really all I had to say. I think it's a great book for just learning a lot about languages and how they've developed, how things are the way they are. Take a look at it. You can get the book on audible.com, and I would highly recommend it. So that's what I had to say. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.